these are your...
So our Eclipse donuts, Galaxy Eclipse donuts.
Monday's eclipse is still hours away, but these celestial treats are flying off the shelves.
Yesterday was extremely busy. Lots of people coming in for the donuts, lots of people coming in for, we did like little eclipse brownies with stars on them too. So yeah, I think it's just going to be crazy.
Half an hour away, this Niagara on the Lake restaurant also full throttle. They haven't had to prepare for crowds like this since Mumford & Sons fans flooded the town 9 years ago.
We, as a town, ran out of money in our ATMs. So there were huge lines outside. I would imagine there'll be something similar to that. Hopefully the ATMs don't run out of money.
Greg Virch's winery is hopping with Eclipse sippers. He's curated a wine tasting for each stage of the event.
Almost like an eclipse, where you start with something light and bright. You work your way through the darker red wines that we have here, and then you might finish again with the sun coming out.
Of course, that depends on the weather, and so does crowd size. Estimates have varied from 1 million to several 100,000 in the Niagara region. The city brought in extra portable cell towers to keep people connected. Officials have prepped for over a year, but still don't know what to expect.
We've made a good plan, a robust plan, but we just don't have a hard number. And the hard number could be a factor. If it's low, it's one thing. If it's large, it can be another.
Science has to be safe.
For many, this will be a game day decision. Others have planned to be here for years. This New Jersey couple drove 8 hours just for this experience.
We didn't see the complete eclipse in 2017, and I have friends that traveled to see it and experienced the 100% darkness, and at that time it was put on my bucket list.
Okay.
And 20 years, who knows where we'll be in 20 years, so live for today.
And Katie, give us a sense of what the mood is like there this evening.
Well, I mean, the place is packed for April. It kind of almost feels, when you look out, there shouldn't be this many people here in April, but they're just walking up and down along the falls here. There are people here from Australia, people from the Carolinas. Everyone's in a really good mood, even though it's really uncertain what the weather is ultimately going to be like tomorrow. A lot of the places that I've talked to have plan Bs in case the weather is poor. They'll be able to watch a feed of of NASA's sort of coverage of the eclipse. So everyone's going to have an eclipse experience here, but maybe not the eclipse experience they were hoping to get.
Katie Nicholson in Niagara Falls tonight. Of course, as Katie mentioned, weather is the big wild card here. So let's bring in meteorologist Jay Scotland. And I know you're feeling a lot of pressure here to get this forecast right.
Yeah, I'm feeling pressure for delivering high pressure, because that's what you want to see, to have a clear sky for the path of totality. So let's take a journey along that path. Shortly after 3:10, southwestern Ontario looking at a partly cloudy sky, so some clear breaks and a clearing trend into the southwestern part of Ontario. Likely still battling more cloud than clear sky as we look to one of the hot spots, of course, in southern Ontario, the Niagara region. This is where you'll be looking at even a slight chance of scattered showers in the late afternoon. Now, as we look towards the Limestone City, Quinte region, up towards Cornwall into eastern Ontario, more cloud than clear sky. Clear breaks possible, and hopefully they time out for you for that path of totality. As we look to southern Quebec, not a long duration, but a fairly clear sky for folks in Montreal for totality. South and east of Sherbrooke, looking to be very nice, as is New Brunswick, as we take a look at a ridge of high pressure, keeping that part of the country very clear. The path of totality, of course, across western PEI with a clear sky, Magdalen Islands as well. And then as we push into southwestern Newfoundland, clouds begin to build. Partly cloudy for the Port aux Basques area for southwestern Newfoundland, becoming more overcast, mostly cloudy. As we look to eastern areas, not as great of viewing conditions for folks there. Ian.
And listen quickly before I let you go. Tell me about the excitement on the island.
Oh, here on PEI, the excitement is about as high as my anxiety for making sure I deliver on this forecast. Just by nature of being Canada's smallest province, a large part of our province will be covered in that path of totality. Ridge of high pressure keeping things clear. And I know kids are so excited, they even handed out solar viewing glasses for all island students. So the kids are at the ready. They just need this local meteorologist here to deliver. Ian.
Jay Scotland in Charlottetown tonight. Thanks. Well, let's head back to Niagara Falls and senior science reporter Nicole Mortellaro. Some clouds are expected there, but all is not lost.
Yeah, you know what? We are going to see some cloud cover here, but maybe with some breaks.
But people don't have to, lose hope because it's an eclipse. You're still going to actually see the eclipse. You'll see it get darker, and you might not see the sun's corona, but it will still be an experience.
It's been really interesting today, Nicole, to hear people describe their eclipse experiences in the past. Tell us about yours.
Yeah, I went down to Missouri to cover it for CBC, and it was supposed to be a clear place to see it. Unfortunately, it wasn't. We had thunderstorms, but the clouds broke up right around totality. You could actually see the moon's shadow coming towards you, and that was something that was just incredible to feel. And then you're in the shadow, and I was able to see a brief view of the sun's corona, which was just incredible. And while you're standing in the shadow, either side of you, it looks like there are sunsets on either side of you. And then the clouds did part, so I did get to see the partial phase, the end of the partial phase going out. But it is really, honestly, something to experience, even with cloud cover.
Fingers crossed for those of you in Niagara Falls. Nicole, thank you very much.
Thanks, Ian.